guys, welcome back. I am back at it again with trying to successfully hatch some turkeys. I just picked up 6 hopefully fertile turkey eggs. These guys are the red bourbon turkeys, the kind I was originally looking for but could not find any. I'm excited to see how this hatch turns out. I did change a few things up. As you can see, I dropped my incubator back down like I originally did when I was hatching my baby chicks and had very successful hatches. I'm also going to change things up right around lockdown. When I pull my egg turner out and fill my water moats, I am actually going to get a nice clean sterile sponge and cut it into 4 sections and saturate it with water, and also place that in this incubator to have a good high humidity for these turkeys. These guys are a little bit different than hatching chickens. They do require that higher humidity to be able to actually break out of these shells, which I have found are very thick. Remember, today is day 0, the day you actually put them in the incubator, and you want to wait a full 24 hours before you count it as day 1. All right, we're gonna get all these guys in here. Just wash my hands, nice, clean, dry hands. And we're going to position these in here. These have been sitting at room temperature for the last probably 6 to 7 hours. So we are good to go to put them in here. We're not gonna get all the condensation on the eggs and harm them at all. We just got all 6 red bourbon eggs in there. Remember, pointy in down, so you always want the fat side up. And we're gonna leave these guys in here till day 10, and I'm gonna pull them out, candle them, see if we got fertile eggs, if any didn't make it. Remember, at this point, if you have a forced air incubator, you want your temp set at 99.5. If it is a still air incubator, you want it about 1 degree hotter. So right around 100.5 is where you would want it if it was a still air. Humidity, usually right around 50-55% right now is all we need while we're incubating at this stage. Here's egg number 1. I actually had to step into our closet because it's too bright out right now. And we definitely got movement in there. And it looks good. Everything looks healthy. Here's egg number 2. We definitely got something growing in there. That looks good. Let's flip it over. This one looks good. We've got the veins. We've got movement. Looks healthy. All right, 2 for 2. This egg was a little bit more dirty on the outside when I got it from the breeder, so it's a little harder to see the turkey poult moving in here, but we definitely got movement. Let's double check. We got some veins. So everything looks good in this one as well. Here's egg number 4. Everything's looking good. We're gonna flip it over, see if we got movement. Got a lot of veins. Oh yeah. You can definitely see this one moving around as well. So we've got 4 as of right now, and we got a couple more to go. Here is egg number 5, and just by first looking at it, I can definitely tell maybe it was fertile and the embryo passed, but there is no veins. We have no movement, and the egg is basically almost see-through. I'm going to flip it over and show you the view on this side as well. You can see there's nothing going on. So egg number 6 looks really good. It took me about a minute because the eggshell is so dark, but I've got movement in there. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that or not. So this one is good as well. Not too bad. We've got 5 out of the 6 eggs that are fertile. They're moving, they're growing, things are looking good. So we're gonna do another checkup at about day 18, candle them one more time before lockdown, and just make sure everybody's still doing good. So right now, since I know this one is not fertile at all, I'm gonna crack it and see what it looks like and give you guys a look as well. Maybe what was going on, was it even fertile? We should be able to tell by the yolk. These are definitely a lot harder to crack than a regular chicken egg. I can barely even get it open. As you guys can see, this egg was not even fertile. We had nothing growing, so it's a good thing we did candle today and that we're gonna get this out of that incubator. Well, that's about it for day 10. Just remember, we want to keep our humidity still right around 55 to 60%. Keep your temperature 99.5 if you have a forced air. If you don't, you want to run it about a degree warmer. From here on out, just let these guys keep developing. We made it. We are at day 25 today. It is lockdown. Here is what we're going to do. I'm gonna get these eggs out of here, candle them one more time, make sure all 5 eggs are still active, the turkeys are still growing, and at the same time, we are gonna unplug the egg turner, get the egg turner out, fill all my moats with water as full as they can be. Humidity is super important at this stage to actually get these turkeys to be able to hatch during these last 3 days of lockdown. All right, here's the first one. This is day 25. There's definitely a lot of movement in here. This turkey has grown quite a bit since the last time I candled them. This is incredible. Egg number 2 looks good. Not as much movement as the first one, but we do have a little bit of movement in there. I'm gonna go grab egg number 3. Number 3 looks good. We've got movement in this one as well. Here's egg number 4. Yep, we've got movement in there. All right, this is egg 5, and we've got movement in this one as well. Let's get this egg turner out of here. As you guys can see, down in this incubator, we've got several trays in here to top off with water. So we're definitely gonna do that. We're gonna cut a chunk of sponge, get it saturated with water, get all these guys back in here and leave them alone till day 28. Okay, we've got our water trays filled. I got a couple pieces of my sponge in here completely soaking wet. We are going to set our eggs back in here. We're gonna get this closed down. Make sure you get your incubator lid on all the way because you want that humidity to stay in there and not seep out. And basically, this is all we're gonna do today. We will not reopen this. We will not touch the eggs again. You'll just need to keep an eye on your humidity readings and make sure you've got enough water in there for these next few days. This is it for today at day 25. This is what we call lockdown, where we do not reopen the lid, we do not rekindle eggs, and we top off our moats, add as much water that is needed to get us up to at least a 75% humidity for these turkey eggs to hatch. The countdown begins.
Okay guys, we got a substitute teacher today, Mr. Kincaid. So, what do we have going on? Mom's at work, right? Yeah. So she can't be here to actually do any of this, so we have to kind of help film some of it for her. All right, what are we doing?
We found a baby turkey that's starting to hatch.
It's starting to hatch? I'm excited. You want to check it out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's look. All right, let's zoom in here. Did you need to get a flashlight, or you got a flashlight? Cool. All right, look back in the corner there. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's be real quiet, girls.
Awesome.
Oh, there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? We got a little peeper coming through there. He's starting to work his way out. That's pretty cool, man. Awesome. Ooh, I saw it again. It's gonna take a little while though. We'll just leave them be for now. Girls, check it out. Quick, the chick's out. I can't believe how fast this happened. It's been like 15 minutes. It's already out. Look at that. Look at that little chick. Whoa, there you go, buddy. He's flopping all over the place. Crazy, huh?
There's one hatched right here.
Mom was right. She is so much more successful with this hatch. There's another one. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
And that one, they're both hatched.
Oh, two of them? Somewhere on there, that one's pecked. It's hard to see. But this one here, you can see that egg is starting to bust through all the way. But look at this little guy. He is doing fantastic. Look at that. He busted out of there quick. Mom was absolutely right. It was the raising this up last time that that humidity was just blowing right through, and now it is going so much better. That's the key. Set this thing right on a flat surface. Don't raise it up. Good job, Mom.
We're gonna get
Boy,
some
he's
turkeys.
we have to name him Floppy. Look at that little guy. It's just hard to see all this humidity, but it's necessary. There it is. We're gonna have to come back and watch that.
We made it. We're at day 29. I had to work yesterday. I had to work today. So I had my family helping out both days while I was at work. We've got one turkey so far. We're naming it Floppy. Completely dried off. Been in here about 27 to 28 hours. And I don't know if it's a he or she yet, but it's ready to come out. It's running around. It looks fantastic. It looks healthy. We had no issues of it hatching out of the shell. It basically unzipped itself like it was supposed to do and pushed itself out. Okay, you guys can see it in there walking around. Completely dried, it's fluffed out. That's what you want to wait for before you take them out. So at least 24 hours before removing them, because you do not want them to get chilled when you transport them out to your brooder. Floppy's ready to come out of there. There's Floppy. We're gonna go get this buddy out in the brooder and get it introduced to water and feed. I've got my brooder set up. I actually changed out my heat lamp to a red heat bulb. Puts out the same amount of heat. It's just a red light, so it's more calming to these guys. I'm gonna close this and let it kind of check things out first. Now we've got this wire mesh on the top of this brooder because we do have a cat and I don't want her getting in here at all. As you can see, Floppy is super healthy. We've got number 2 hatching. This is day 29. Everything's looking great. Humidity's perfect. We got condensation. And those shells are coming off pretty good.
buddy, Mom.
We are at the end of day 30 and this hatch is complete. Out of all 6 eggs that I purchased, we had 5 of them that were actually fertile. One of them at day 25 locked down. When I candled it, I thought I saw a little bit movement, but I was indecisive, so I kept it in there at lockdown, and I think maybe that turkey had passed because we didn't get it to hatch. In this hatch, I'm actually really proud of myself and really happy with my outcome. I have 2 very strong, very vigorous, hatched all on their own turkey poults. As you guys know, I previously posted a video about hatching turkeys and where I went wrong and what I did wrong. So I wanted to prove it to myself that I could do this, go back to my own methods, except for changing the humidity. Unlike the chicks, the turkeys needed a much higher humidity around hatch day. I will put a link up above at that last video that I learned a lot from, also from hatching turkeys, and a description down below. So our last one, she or he has been in here for almost 24 hours, completely dry. My daughter's named this one Clover. It is ready to go out in the brooder. Here is Clover. As you can tell, completely dried off. So this little turkey's been running around in here. We're gonna go get it under some heat out in the brooder. This was the eggshell Clover came out of. This happened probably early evening yesterday, and that was it. It almost looks like it couldn't break through the membrane, and like I said, nothing happened here. These guys, there wasn't a peck hold, there was no chirping, no movement. I was pretty confident in saying these are not gonna hatch, especially because we're almost at day 31. Here's a quick image of Floppy before we put Clover in. As you can tell, this turkey is vigorous, very healthy, drinking, eating. I am super proud of myself, super happy with this outcome. All right, Clover, come meet your little buddy. Okay, it's nice and warm in here. It's gonna give it a couple minutes in here, and then I'll show it where the water and the food is as well. This is their first time meeting, because Clover actually wasn't hatched yet when I took Floppy out. Come on, Floppy. It's kind of funny because for several hours, Floppy ran around this brooder last night, chirping and looking for a buddy. And so we actually put a little toy in there, one of my kids' little stuffed animals, and Floppy was kind of climbing all over it and cuddling up to it a little bit. This is really neat because Floppy can actually show Clover how to eat and drink. Most of the time with turkeys, you actually need to wet their beak a little bit with a lukewarm water and also dip their beak in their food so they're familiar with it. Turkeys really like it warm. That is very important, especially for at least the first 4 days, because you don't want them to get chilled at all. There's Floppy. Well, that's about it for this video, you guys. Got all the old eggs out of here. I just need to go out and sanitize this, clean it up, and we're gonna put it away for the season. I'm done this year. Just remember, when hatching turkeys, you wanna make sure you keep an eye on your humidity, especially right around hatch time. I thank you guys for watching this video. I know I've learned a lot. I hope you have learned a lot, and stick around to watch the journey with these turkeys. Have a nice day.